All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be reading and analyzing Act 1, Scene 1 together, specifically the modern text. So this is labeled under Macbeth Text Act 1, Scene 1 on its learning. And let's get started reading this. So I need to remember what my focus is for reading this specific scene. I need to try to figure out who wants power in this scene, and maybe a little bit of why would help me understand the character. But specifically, I want to track who wants power and how do I know that they want to either gain or keep that power. So I'm going to make some annotations as we go through so that you can see my ideas as we're reading. So I'm going to add comments on the side when I have them. You're welcome to look at these during the video, and afterwards I will make sure to upload this document so you have that as well. So Act 4, Scene 1 has all the witches. Oh, my favorite. The witches are starting this out. Remember, they just got yelled at by their leader. I think you pronounce it Hecate told them, "Why are you telling Macbeth about his fate? He doesn't deserve it." So they just kind of got yelled at, like by their boss. So they're coming together and they need to try to fix what they did by telling Macbeth his fate, because they mess with fate. In a cavern in the middle of a boiling cauldron, thunder, 3 witches enter. The tawny cat has meowed 3 times. 3 times, and the hedgehog has whined once. My spirit friend, Harpier, is yelling, "It's time, it's time." Dance around the cauldron and throw in the poison entrails, holding up a toad. You'll go in first, a toad that sat under a cold rock for a month, oozing poison from its pores. Oh, this is a really famous line. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Holding something up. We'll boil you in the cauldron next, a slice of swamp snake, all the rest of you too, a newt's eye, a frog's tongue, fur from a bat, a dog's tongue, the forked tongue of an adder, the stinger of a burrowing worm, a lizard's leg, an owl's wing, speaking to the ingredients. Make a charm to cause powerful trouble, and boil and bubble like the broth of hell. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Here come some more ingredients. Scale of a dragon, a wolf's tooth, a witch's mummified flesh, the gullet and the stomach of a ravenous shark, the root of hemlock that was dug up in the dark, a Jew's liver, a goat's bile, and some twigs of yew that were broken off during a lunar eclipse, a Turk's nose, a Tartar's lips, the finger of a baby that was strangled as a prostitute gave birth to it in a ditch. Make this poison thick and gluey. Now let's add a tiger's entrail to the mix. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. We'll cool the mixture with baboon blood after the charm is finished. So everything so far is just the witches casting a spell. So I don't think I need to take notes on that just yet, because they're just showing, they're like kind of just being witches. They're making a witch's brew in their cauldron. So now their boss is coming in. Well done. I admire your efforts, and all of you will share the rewards. Now come sing around the cauldron like a ring of elves and fairies, enchanting everything you put in. Okay, so their boss is happy, but none of them really want power in the way that we're analyzing it, so we can keep going. Second witch. I can tell that something wicked is coming by the tingling of my thumbs. Oh, if you look at the original text, this is another famous line from the witches. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Doors open for whoever is knocking. I'm coming back to this modern text now. Macbeth enters. What's going on here, you secret evil midnight hags? What are you doing? All, something there isn't a word for. Macbeth. I don't know the things you do, but I insist that you answer my questions. Ooh, he's trying to tell them what to do. They are not going to like that. They hate when people besides their boss tell them what to do. I command you in the name of whatever dark powers you serve. I don't care if you unleash violent winds that tear down churches, make the foamy waves overwhelm the ships and send the sailors to their deaths, flatten crops and trees, and make castles fall down in their inhabitants' heads, make palaces and pyramids collapse, and mix up everything in nature. Tell me what I want to know. Wow, so he's willing to have everyone else kind of get hurt or drown just so that he can know what he wants to know. I wonder how the witches are going to respond to this. Speak, demand, will answer. Oh, it surprises me that they'll answer it. Would you rather hear these things from our mouths or from our masters? Call them. Let me see them. He's still being bossy. I wonder if they are going to actually follow what he's saying or if they're just going to mess with him. I think they're going to mess with him because that's what they do best. And also, Macbeth can't do anything to them. He has no power over them. Pour in the blood of a sow who has eaten her 9 offspring. Take the sweat of a murderer on the gallows and throw it into the flame. So they're still kind of casting those spells. Come high or low spirits, show yourself and what you do. So, let's see. Should I take notes yet? I don't think yet because he wants power over the witches. So maybe I'll just put a note here and I can come back to it and determine if this is what we need to know. So I'm going to say Macbeth wants power over the witches. He wants them to tell him what they know. So maybe, let's see if this is something that we need to look at later. So we're going to come back down here. Macbeth, tell me, you unknown power. He can read your thoughts. Listen, but not speak. Oh, I skipped the stage direction. Let me go back. It says first apparition appears, looking like a head with an armored helmet. So a ghost that's dressed, I think, like a soldier. So Macbeth says, tell me, you unknown power. He's talking to the ghost. And the witch says, he can read your thoughts. Listen, but don't speak. So Macbeth's just here to listen to these ghosts. First apparition. Macbeth, Macbeth, beware Macduff, beware the Thane of Fife. Let me go, enough. Okay, so beware of Macduff. I wonder, let me make a note for myself for later. I wonder if Macduff is a threat to Macbeth's power. He's saying beware, that would make sense. So the first apparition descends. Let's see. So we must go away. Macbeth says, wherever you are, thanks for your advice. You have guessed exactly what I have feared, but one word more. He said exactly what I have feared. Oh, okay. I remember. In Act 3, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth had a dinner, and Macduff wasn't there. So they're thinking to themselves, uh-oh, I wonder if Macduff is kind of scheming to get the throne back to the original family that had that power. The first witch. Oh, sorry, I forgot Macbeth's rest of what he said. But one word more. So he still wants to talk to this ghost. But the first witch says, he will not be commanded by you. Here's another, stronger than the first. Thunder. The second apparition appears, looking like a bloody child. Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. If I had 3 ears, I'd listen with all 3. So they've got his full attention. Second apparition. Be violent, bold, and firm. Laugh at the power of other men, because nobody born from a woman will ever harm Macbeth. Okay. So this ghost is telling him that, this ghost is telling Macbeth he can act however he wants. Because no one born a woman will ever harm him. Does this mean that no one can harm Macbeth? Because everyone has a mother, even if you maybe don't, you might not be around your mother, but nobody's born from their father unless you're like a seahorse. I think the dads have a seahorse baby, but everybody has a biological mother. So that doesn't make sense. Is he saying that Macbeth is safe? Why wouldn't he just say that? Okay, second apparition descends. Macbeth. Then I don't need to kill Macduff. I have no reason to fear him, but even so, I'll make doubly sure. I'll guarantee my own fate by having you killed, Macduff. That way I can conquer my own fear and sleep easy at night. Oh, this is a great example. Okay, so Macbeth is going to kill Macduff to keep his power. He's worried about losing it, and he is going to kill Macduff to keep his power. Oh, that is a great... I'm going to write myself a note. Keep this in mind for my Act 4 notes. Oh, yes, I love when I find text evidence. Thunder, the third apparition, appears in the form of a child with a crown on its head and a tree in its hand. What is this spirit that looks like the son of a king and wears a crown on his young head? All, listen, but don't speak. All right, so the third apparition is saying, be brave like a lion and proud. Don't even worry about who hates you, who resents you, who conspires against you. Macbeth will never be defeated until Birnam Wood marches to fight you at Dunsane Hill. Okay, so this apparition is telling him that Macbeth is safe as long as the woods, or like the forest. Oh, I have to make sure I have the parentheses right. The forest at Birnam doesn't move. Okay, well, that should be a really good sign. I feel like that's not going to happen. And that's what Macbeth says. He says, that'll never happen. Who can command the forest and make the trees pull their roots out of the earth? These are sweet omens. Good. My murderers will never come back to threaten me until the forest of Birnam Wood gets up and moves, and I will be king for my entire natural life. But my heart is throbbing to still know one thing. Tell me if your dark powers can see this far. Will Banquo's sons ever reign in this kingdom? All. Don't try to find out more. Macbeth. I demand to be satisfied. If you refuse, let an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know, why is the cauldron sinking, and what is that music? I need to keep this in mind. I want to note this before I leave, though. It said, my murderers will never come to threaten me until the forest of Birnam moves, and I will be king my entire natural life. So I want to say Macbeth thinks he is safe and will remain king. Okay, that's something to know, that he wants to keep that power. And then he also says, will Banquo's sons ever reign? So Macbeth still has a little doubt. Okay, so they're kind of playing with him here. They're saying he's safe, but he's not. So this is interesting. So he wants to know more, and they're saying, show. Show him and make him grieve. Come like shadows and depart in the same way. And then one last ghost. Oh, it's the ghost of Banquo. So Macbeth speaking to the ghost of Banquo. Remember, he had his best friend Banquo killed. You look too much like the ghost of Banquo. Go away. Your crown hurts my eyes. Your blonde hair, which looks like another crown underneath the one you're wearing, looks just like the first king's hair. Now I see a third king who looks like a second. Filthy hags, why are you showing me this? A fourth. My eyes are bulging out of their sockets. Will this line stretch on forever? Another one and a seventh. I don't want to see any more. And yet an eighth appears, holding a mirror, in which I see many more men, and some are carrying double balls and triple scepters, meaning they're kings of more than one country. A horrible sight, and now I see it's true. They are Banquo's descendants. Banquo in his blood-clotted hair is smiling at me and pointing to them as this. Is this true? Yes, it's true, but why do you stand there so dumbfounded? Come, sisters, let me cheer him and show him our talents. I will charm the air to produce music while you all dance around like crazy, so this king can say we did our duty and entertained him. Where are they? Are they gone? Let this evil hour be marked forever in the calendar of the cursed. You outside, come in. What does your grace want? Did you see the weird sisters? No, my lord. Did they pass by you? No, my lord. On the air in which they ride is infected. Damn all those who trust them. I heard the galloping of horses. Who was it that came here? 2 of 3 men, my lord, who brought a message that Macduff has fled to England. Fled to England? Yes, my good lord. Time may you thwart my dreadful plans. Unless a person does something, the second he thinks of it, he'll never have the chance to do it.